Please welcome to the stage Vice President, Java Developer Relations at Oracle, Chad Arimira.
Hello. The world really has been moved by Java, hasn't it? Well, we've got a packed agenda, so let's jump right in. This is the Inside Java Keynote, named after the website inside.java. That's a URL. It's a website where we aggregate content directly from the team that builds Java. You know that you're getting content that's directly from the source, accurate, and captures the intent and the vision behind why features were built. Think of it like an inside look at how the platform is developed. Like the website, today's keynote is an inside look at some of the innovation that's going on into the Java platform. But before we get there, we have a very special guest that's going to talk about how Microsoft is helping push the Java ecosystem forward and how they're using Java heavily inside of Microsoft. I'm honored to invite Julia Leoson to the stage, President of Microsoft's Developer Division and GitHub. Julia?
Well, thank you, Chad. Hello, everyone. It's a great honor to be here. Before I get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to Oracle team for giving us this opportunity to be here and to collaborate over this talk. We really appreciate the partnership we have formed with the Oracle team. In keeping with today's Inside Java theme, I want to share with you the journey that Microsoft has been on with Java and our work to advance the Java ecosystem at Microsoft. Now, some of you here are probably wondering, like, Microsoft, Java, is this for real? Isn't Microsoft known for .NET and C++? Well, you might be surprised to learn that we actually use Java extensively with a tune of over 2 million JVMs in production. The truth is that until we actually created a dedicated team to work on Microsoft's OpenJDK, we didn't actually know how many Java usage we had inside Microsoft. Now, we don't just use Java. We actually use Java to run some of the most important and significant workload at Microsoft. LinkedIn, which Microsoft acquired back in 2016, uses Java at a very massive scale. Their Kafka clusters process over 5 trillion messages and 5 petabyte of data every day. And recently, working with Microsoft's OpenJDK team, LinkedIn has migrated over 300,000 JVM instances from Java 8 to Java 11 and observed a 26% improvement in performance. Now, Jessie J from LinkedIn is here at JavaOne, and we'll be doing a booth talk tomorrow and really talk about their Java 11 migration experiences. So please swing by if you are interested to learn more. Another very important workload at Microsoft is Minecraft. We have seen peaks of up to 100,000 VMs per day through the Azure PlayFab services. And beyond LinkedIn and Microsoft and Minecraft, Azure's core infrastructure, Microsoft's Bing search engine also use Java pretty extensively. And you can see some of the stats on the slide, and you can see the volume is quite massive. Now, not only that we use Java extensively inside Microsoft, we're also empowering thousands of some of our biggest customers to run their business applications using Java. One of the customers that we want to talk about today that's running Java apps at a massive scale is FedEx. So a lot of us probably have seen a tracking dashboard like the one you see on screen while we're expecting a delivery. So at the time when the global supply chain has been impacted, ensuring that their customer actually receives their packages within the established ETA is at the heart of FedEx logistics system. And as a customer, we really get to see just our own dashboard. But FedEx have to deal with pretty massive volume. And to deal with this volume, FedEx launched a Java-based solution running on Microsoft Azure. That is their global delivery prediction platform. Now, this platform dynamically predicts ETAs for more than 16 million shipments a day. And it does more than 10 times a day for each package. And this entire calculation is powered by over 800 million events every day. Now you can imagine the skill that really involved to run an operation like this, and then see that the application has a huge impact for customers who are probably expecting some time-sensitive deliveries. Given the volume of the shipments, all parts of this application need to operate at cloud scale with very high reliability and availability. Java Spring App is the compute platform that FedEx has chosen for processing this 800 million messages for their prediction system. FedEx chose Azure Spring Apps because of its ease of use and auto-scaling capabilities, and the fact that it's a fully managed service. The integration that Azure Spring App has with other Azure services also enable FedEx to move very quickly with confidence in building and delivering applications as a part of their worldwide web presence. Now, this is an example of how you can really build a globally available digital application experiences where you can just focus on your application and depend on platform to provide the reliability and scale. Now, at Developer Division in Microsoft, our mission is to empower every developer and every development team to achieve more. We have invested significantly in improving end-to-end experiences for Java developers. Whether you're using Spring or any other popular Java frameworks or application middleware, Azure supports them natively with tight integration with the rest of the platform and partner services. We'll support any application architecture, from monoliths to containers, all the way to completely event-based microservices architecture. To ensure your investment can work seamlessly on Azure, we have partnered with Oracle, launching jointly developed solutions for Oracle WebLogic Server on Azure, and on Azure Kubernetes services. We also support middleware from IBM, such as WebSphere Application Server, WebSphere Liberty, and Open Liberty on Azure. The Red Hat JBoss EAP on Azure enables you to deploy your Jakarta EE applications with integrated support from both companies. Last but not least, if you use Tomcat with Azure App Service, you can quickly build, deploy, and scale your Tomcat web applications on a fully managed Linux infrastructure. Now, from a tooling perspective, we focus on delivering a significantly improved developer productivity with our investment in the Java extensions for Visual Studio Code, as well as in GitHub Copilot, leveraging AI to give you more productivity. The Microsoft build of OpenJDK is a no-cost distribution of OpenJDK that's open source and available for free for anyone to deploy anywhere. From DevSecOps perspective, we have strong support in GitHub Actions, and in Azure DevOps for Java developers to continuously integrate and deploy your application updates. And you can use GitHub Advanced Security to perform secret scanning, code scanning, and dependency scanning to keep your app secure. Now, to show you how to take full advantage of the ease, security, and the scale capabilities, I would like to invite Mike Heckler on stage to do a demo. Mike?
Thank you, Julia. I'm Mark Heckler, Principal Cloud Advocate of Java and JVM languages, and I'm excited to share some cool tools we're working on at Microsoft and GitHub to make Java developers' lives easier and better. For this demo, we'll be working with the Acme Fitness Store, a fictitious online retailer. Great developers deserve great tools like GitHub Codespaces and Copilot. Codespaces clones the target repo and opens it in VS Code in a cloud-based container, making it fast and easy to work from any machine with tools configured the way you choose. You're the captain of your code, and Copilot helps you fly through your code base. Its AI assists and amplifies your expertise, and it is fast. It's a real force multiplier. GitHub Advanced Security watches your back, helping protect against the leakage of sensitive information to public repos. Moving from code to deployment, analytics gives you priceless insights into your production systems to determine optimizations for maximum performance and scalability with minimum cost and downtime. Finally, load testing stress tests your apps to ensure they're ready for the potentially crushing success that awaits them once they hit production. You work hard. It's time for your tools and platform to level up and work just as hard for you. So this is a high-level summary of the architecture used. An API gateway controls access to the Acme distributed application, providing routing, rate limiting, security, and more. Our front end offers an engaging UI with access to various back-end APIs provided by mostly Java services, but with a couple other non-Java services in the mix to represent the polyglot platforms most of us work with. Behind the scenes, various supporting services provide the scaffolding to support our mission-critical storefront application, which I will switch to right now. Perfect. Okay, great. So this is our storefront, and it does all the things that a storefront should, right? It shows me logged in, which is, of course, because I've logged in. We can go and peruse the catalog, choose something we might want to purchase. Perhaps I've been looking at a new smartwatch, so I go in and take a look at that. And of course, from there, I can do all the usual things. I can add it to the wish list. I can add it to the cart. I can purchase it. And hopefully, it'll be there by the time we get home from JavaOne. But you didn't come here for the front end, right? I mean, we're here to see the good stuff. So let's dive into the repo. Let's dive into the code. Now this is something, let me expand that just a bit. This is something you're used to seeing, right? We're all used to seeing this on a nearly daily basis. So when we go to a repo, we go to the local tab, we git clone this to our local machine, and assuming we have all of the setup already done with the JDK and our tooling and all that, then we can get started. But Codespaces takes that on up a level. As I mentioned, it spawns a cloud-based container using VS Code. And of course, you can configure that with the plugins and tools of your choice, the configuration settings. I'm going to just skip ahead here, and we'll take a look. Refreshing. Literally refreshing. So I'm going to go inside here, and let's expand our API for our product controller within our Acme catalog. So we see that we have a couple of endpoints already. We have the products endpoint, which returns a listing of all of our products, and then a specific product request. Let's go ahead and add to that. I'm just going to add another endpoint. And instead of doing an inventory, let's grab a product's name by a specific product's name. So it's just that fast. Copilot has jumped to the conclusion that I want this kind of code. And let's be real, this code is almost as good as mine is. So that looks pretty good, right? Those of you who know my code know that's a joke. So by providing the ID for the particular product as a path variable, we pass that to our product service. We return the name based on the product retrieved and an HTTP status code of 200. Looks good. Copilot doesn't just work for code. It can also work for comments. So returns name of the product. That looks good. And you can go ahead and expand that here if we want to be consistent. Returns a single product, etc. And you can take this just to whatever extent you want or don't want. It's all in your hands. Returns a list of all products. Yeah, it's just that easy. So I'm going to save that, and let's go ahead and push that. So I'm going to commit the changes. It asks me, since I haven't staged them, would I like to stage and commit them? And of course, yes, please. And let's go ahead and sync those changes. Oh, looks like we might have a problem. Let's go in and take a quick look. And we see, let me expand this just a little bit for better visibility. And we see that, yes, indeed, there may be a particular problem because I've inadvertently tried to push a Redis access key. This is a problem. I was doing some things with the Docker Compose file, got a little carried away, and it's telling me that GitHub push protection has caught this and watched my back. If I go directly to this file, then I see that, yes, indeed, this is a problem. This is not something you want to happen. You don't want to wind up on the news. So at this point, what I can do is simply go back and undo my last commit. And then we can go into this granularly if we want. I'm just going to unstage the changes. And then perhaps I want to just undo the changes entirely. So changes, well, we'll discard all changes. We'll go ahead and proceed from there. But now we need to take a look at our console, at our portal. And this is a very focused portal. This kind of gives us the high-level view of what's going on within our distributed application. From there, we can drill in here. This is a place I like to start because this is the application map. And there are different ways you can visualize this, but what I like to do is pick out the one or ones interactions with the longest time, right? And 35 milliseconds is pretty quick, right? Maybe there's no problem at all, but maybe there's something that I could look at optimization or optimizing in that regard. And we can drill into the performance. If I go here, I can investigate performance and go right in and look at it in various different ways. In this case, we have operations, and we can see the various different operations and what may be long-running operations. We can check the dependencies. We can drill into a particular request and see what's happening in component calls. We can look at the roles based on the cloud role, so the different components and instances of those components. And, of course, we can go to load testing and make sure that our application is ready to withstand the rigors of production. If you see a load test here that we've just run recently, we can see the various different useful information. Now, this is only about 26,000 requests per second, which works out to about 2.25 billion requests a day. So I think we're ready to go. We have a 14 millisecond response time. We have this really nice error percentage rate. That's so nice. And from there, let's go back over and we'll wrap up. A bit more information about the architecture. Azure Spring Apps is a platform purpose-built for Spring and Java applications, but it supports other languages as well. Everything is based on Kubernetes without the pain normally associated with Kubernetes. So in our short time together, we took a quick look at the Acme Fitness application, its architecture, and its deployed components. We saw how GitHub Codespaces and Copilot work for you to make your life easier and more productive. Next, we watched GitHub Advanced Security stop a potential leak of credentials to a public code repo. And finally, we saw analytics and load testing offer optimizations for and stress test your production apps, helping your critical applications reach maximum performance for minimum cost. But we've only just scratched the surface. Come to our session this afternoon to learn more. Code, deploy, and scale Java your way at 3:30 p.m. Java devs deserve the best, and we're going to giving you our best to help you get it. Back to you, Julia.
Well, that was a fantastic demo. As you can see, we have made a bunch of productivity improvements to really make Java developers' experiences so much better. We want to continue to improve Java developer experiences with GitHub, with Azure, with Visual Studio Code. Now, we're not doing this alone. We are actively working with the various Java community organizations, such as Java Community Process, the Eclipse Foundation, the Apache Foundation, to make Java even better. Recently, Reza Rahman from my team just got elected on the steering committee for Jakarta EE. You can meet Reza at the Microsoft booth or attend one of his sessions. We have a dedicated group working on the Microsoft build of OpenJDK and optimizing it for Java workloads on Azure and the internal Microsoft businesses. We're also upstreaming patches to OpenJDK. We're super grateful for the trust and partnership of the various Java community organizations that we're working with. Our team has a booth on the expo floor. Please swing by, and we'd love to chat with you and to learn how we can make your experiences even better. Our engineers have a bunch of other exciting demos to show you, and you can learn more about our Java efforts on developer.microsoft.com/Java. Thank you so much, and happy coding. Thank you, Ted.
Thank you so much, Julia and Mark. Thank you for Microsoft for helping continue to push the Java ecosystem forward. Wow. Can you believe, as Shar put it yesterday, we're back. It's been 5 years since the last JavaOne. And yes, I was actually wearing the same boots at that keynote. So a lot's happened in the world in the last 5 years.